Hello, everybody. I'm James Williams, and I'm from James Price's Computer Concepts class, and I'm here today to do our newest upload assignment, and I'm supposed to discuss the boot process and discuss 6 utilities on my computer. Well, to start it off, we're actually going to open up one of the utilities right away to actually help us discuss the boot process, because I thought I may as well write up a little paper here to help us walk through it. Nothing said we weren't allowed to do this, so I thought I'd make it easier for everybody here and just walk through it, okay? Step one of the boot process is activating the BIOS, or BIOS if you want to call it that. That is the basic input output system. And it's basically right when the system boots up, that is, or right when the computer boots up, that is the first system it will go to. The BIOS, or the BIOS if you want to call it that, like I said, runs the systems in the background. It's the go to operating system to say, and it just ensures that everything else can boot up by itself as well. Step two comes right after that is performing the power on self test, which is what the BIOS does itself first when it starts to boot up. These are the essential peripheral devices that the BIOS needs to prosper and have the system work as well. So it's basically the system starts at the BIOS, and then for step two, the power on self test, or the post. The post then activates as well. So it's kind of a chain loop. The system starts up the BIOS, and then it starts up the POST. Step three is loading the operating system, which the BIOS then goes into the system's files and finds where the operating system files are located in the RAM. Then it loads the kernel, and this allows the operating system, or the OS, to run properly. Basically, like I said, this is one big domino chain event where the operating system is operated or activated from the BIOS, and then it finds it in the RAM because that's where the operating system's files are located. And once again, the BIOS is in charge of this all. It activates the operating system and allows it to run properly. And finally, the final part of the boot process is the operating system itself just kind of like checks and sees any settings or configurations or customizations that you may have on your computer or for some of the applications. And it basically just adds on to that to give you, I guess, your final nail in the coffin. Not nail in the coffin because that implies it's bad, but you know what I mean. It's the final card in a castle of cards. It's the final step in order to have your computer or your system work properly. And that's how it all works for the boot process. It starts up with the BIOS, it goes into the post, and then it goes into the operating system from there, from the RAM. And then it just finally ends off with doing your customizations, and that's it. And as I said, this is one of our utilities that we are going to be using today. This is our first utility out of the 6. We can easily open up this right here just to give you a full-on view of the Microsoft Edge operating or utility in this case. We're going to go close out of that. That's our first one. And as you can see down here, our hotbar is full of a couple utilities we can use. The next one we're going to is the File Explorer. This one allows us to, it's in the name, it allows us to view all of our files and see what we got. We got documents, we got downloads, we got pictures, we got mods, we got everything we need. It's a quick shortcut that most computers come with. It's a quick utility that everybody has on the hotkey down here. Next up we'll show is the third one, the task view. This is something simple, it just allows us to see what's going on for all of our windows we got open or like recent folders we've had. We can add a new desktop if we want. We're not going to need that, so we have it open, but we're just going to go ahead and close it again because we don't need it. Uh, oh, that's OBS. Sorry about that. Also, we have Google Chrome. This down here is Google Chrome. Google Chrome is fairly simple. It's another utility that you have. This is our fourth one, I believe. Our fourth operating system or utility. Fairly simple. It's just like Microsoft Edge, except it has different quirks to it that pretty much take up less space and run faster. Depends on like your opinion of it. Our fifth utility is going to be Mozilla Firefox. And as you can see, it has to load up. Once again, it's another. No, no. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, that caught me off guard. Yeah, it's another utility that most computers can come with if you have nowadays. It's fairly quick to go to. It's there for everybody. And our final utility, strangely enough, is going to be our hotbar down here. Yeah, the hotbar. as I'm going to show you right here. For example, let's say we have, let's just go with NCH Suite, okay? I'm going to right click this and I can move it to the taskbar, and it creates a little shortcut down here. This is another utility most computers come with, so that is our sixth utility, and that's all there is. So yeah, we've discussed the boot process. We've discussed how many utilities we've had here so far. There's many utilities on a computer that you can have, but these are just the main six that I had come to mind during making this video. We're going to unpin this from the taskbar because I don't need it. But yeah, so from the features that we used today and the hotbar we had and the task view and the file explorer, we've discussed six utilities and we have discussed the boot process. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a nice day. I feel like we thoroughly explained all this. I'm sorry if some stuff caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed and I hope you have a nice day. And with that being said, bye bye.